Live from Easy K Studio in Eddyville, Kentucky. It's time for the Easy K Show. Tonight, we break down movie news and we have a little E3 breakdown. And we have to talk about all those damn trailers. Your host, Darth Easy and Rainy Cage.
Woo!
Yeah, welcome to episode 24 of the Easy K Show. I'm Darth Easy.
And I'm Rainy Cage.
And this week we have a special movie news episode. So let's get right into it as Rainy Cage is eating something. Our first news story is the Spider-Man Homecoming 2 villain lands Jake Gyllenhaal. What do you think about this?
That's pretty cool. Guess we know Jake Gyllenhaal's not Batman.
He is not Batman, I guess. I mean, you never know really how this goes. I mean, I like Jake Gyllenhaal as an actor. I mean, what he did in Nightcrawler, as scummy and villainy as he really is in that movie, I'm looking forward to seeing what Jake Gyllenhaal, because apparently he's supposed to be Dr. Mysterio or something.
He's had 3 great movies in a row, I think, and I really want him to be an awesome villain.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can do it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more excited about this than I was him as Batman.
Who did you say it was supposed to be? Mysterio?
Yeah, one of the Sinister Six. If they decide to do that eventually,
Sony, they're going to.
Well, I mean, you bring in Michael Keaton, and then you bring in the Harry Osborn character, and then Electro, and then Doc Ock. I mean, it'd be cool. It'd be a cool movie, or they don't even have to be in a movie. They could be Spider-Man's antagonist in the movie, and maybe you bring in like Gwen Stacy Spider-Woman and Miles Morales Spider-Man to fight this. I don't know, that one trailer got me excited. We'll talk about it in a little bit. All right, so now we move on to John Wick Chapter 3 adds Halle Berry. What do you think about this?
I'm not a big Halle Berry fan. Are you?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, she doesn't really move the needle.
But here's the thing:
the other.
those pictures, she has dogs as her. She's fighting with dogs.
So
I just gotta tear John Wick up. I mean, what's he gonna do against that?
That's a good question. I don't know.
All right, now we're moving on to the next. Our first trailer. We had the Mowgli trailer. What did you think about this?
Oh, this looked amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks dark, and this is one of those things that sometimes I hate Hollywood does. Is you get a movie with really close to the exact same movie we just got, like Armageddon and Deep Impact. Do we need another Jungle Book movie? No, but I think the look of it and everything was fantastic, and it was dark looking, and the voice cast is pretty dang good, and I don't know, it's going to be different. It's not going to be your friendly singing along.
Which is good. I mean, just like when the Mulan news came out that there was going to be 2 different versions of the Mulan. One would be the more Disney movie, then the other one would be the more like war movie made by Sony, who was supposed to, if that's still being made. We really haven't heard much about it. I mean, some of the CGI didn't look the greatest, but it's Andy Serkis. It's his directorial debut, so I'm excited because that man is a genius when it comes to the motion capture. So I'm really excited what he's bringing to this, the darkest tale yet. And it's got a great voice cast. So, all right, moving on. We have Michael Bay teams up with Ryan Reynolds and Netflix. What do you think about this?
Sounds kind of cool to me. The story is like some rich dudes who decide they want to be spies or something like that, and you know me, I love me some Michael Bay. I'm not a Michael Bay hater like most.
Yeah, like me.
And Ryan Reynolds, I like the Bodyguard, Hitman Bodyguard movie, but other than that and Deadpool, we haven't had a lot of Ryan Reynolds.
Don't forget about Life. He was great. He was great in there. I mean, he was doing his little Ryan Reynolds thing, and I mean, he's on a hot streak. I don't really know about this, mostly because Netflix hasn't proven yet to me that they are a actual film studio.
Michael Bay can film action.
If it's more like 13 Soldiers and not Transformers, whatever. I mean, more because I love 13 Soldiers. That movie surprised the hell out of me. And I always use that as a defense. I'm like, Michael Bay's a talented filmmaker when he actually gives a shit.
I don't know. I like his cheesy action movie too. It could go, sure, it could go that way, like 12 hours, but then also we could go
12 hours.
The Rock or Armageddon. I'd be fine with that too.
All right, moving on to Liam Neeson. It talks for Men in Black spinoff.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be like the older agent. I forgot about this story. It's been a while.
I told you this is these stories from a month ago.
Yeah, who's in this? It's Tessa Thompson and Thor, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It sounds kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been excited to see the 22 Jump Street Men in Black combo, but I guess they scrapped that.
Well, we can still see that eventually.
Cool.
If they ever make 23 Jump Street, I guess.
But yeah, that sounds cool. And Liam Neeson's going to be like the older agent who's maybe...
really intimidating.
Yeah.
And just like, I need these box of tricks.
I like Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I do too. Moving on, we have... Now, this is some great news. Mm-hmm. This is time to celebrate. Transformers 7 pulled from our leads. Woo!
You act like they're never going to make another Transformers movie again.
Well, I think the Michael Bay era Transformers movies are done.
I think they're rebooting it after Bumblebee.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think that a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Bumblebee's the reboot." No, I think Bumblebee is the last of the Michael Bay era. I know he's not involved in this one.
Oh, this is a soft Bumblebee could be in it could be a soft reboot if they want to do more stuff with.
I got a feeling they're rebooting it.
If they want, it'd be interesting if they decide to keep everything in the 80s with like power. If they, we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah. But it'd be cool if they kept the stuff in the 80s. So
Hasbro's got big plans, though. They're not going to just let Transformers sit around for very long.
No, I mean it makes them a lot of money. And
I'm fine. I've been saying for the last 2 Transformers movies, I'm ready for Michael Bay to move on to other stuff. Let's see what he does with this Ryan Reynolds movie, and let's get some new people doing Transformers movies so I can quit listening to everybody whine so much.
So me?
Yeah, well, everybody, really.
Alright, moving on. Boba Fett movie in the works with James Mangold. What do you think about this?
No. I love James Mangold. The Wolverine is one of my favorite movies.
The Wolverine, the Japanese one?
The Logan.
There you go.
Yeah. No. Have they not learned? I'm sure they have. They probably pulled the plug on this a week ago. But no.
Okay, here's my defense of it. Yeah. James Mangold's movies, if we look at it, he's done Walk the Line, he's done 310 to Yuma,
Wolverine,
and he did Logan.
He also did
those. Okay, that's what I'm looking at right now. Those movies are designed as westerns more than anything. Walk the Line, not really, but it's got country in there, and when you think of country, you think of westerns. Okay. So, what this could mean is that we're going to see either it could be a Boba Fett movie or it could be Bounty Hunters. The movie may not even be called a Boba Fett movie. This technically could be a Bounty Hunter movie, and this could be the evil version of the Magnificent Seven, and in the Star Wars universe. I'm actually kind of excited about this if this actually does happen, because I'm one of the guys who says you could do a Boba Fett movie easier than you can do a Han Solo movie, because there is not just so much love around the character, and we really don't know a lot about him. And technically, this Boba Fett's not necessarily it's going to have to be the clone of Jango Fett. This could be like the Princess Bride, someone just taking the armor and calling himself Boba Fett. So I think that'd be kind of interesting if they did that. But and this could be set between 3 and 4, or it could be set between 6 and 7. So
if it's set between 6 and 7, you'll have more interest from me. If it's between 3 and 4,
and I mean, if it's set between 3 and 4, I think it's going to be an absolute sure thing. Really Darth Vader's going to show up in it.
We need to get out of the 3 to 4 area.
I love the 3 to 4 era.
We're too much. Let's go branch out.
We only had 2 movies.
We got
in 3 and 4
and all this stuff. Yeah, but we had Clone Wars and we had Rebels.
Clone Wars is set between 2 and 3.
We're still in the prequel era. We didn't get out of the damn prequel era.
And this is technically in the original trilogy era.
No,
the best time era of Star Wars.
If you're between 3 and 4, you're in prequel era.
All right, moving on. Okay. We have the Christopher Robin trailer. What do you think about this?
I thought it looked cool.
Yeah,
and I don't really like poo. I can't even think of the last poo thing I watched.
Really?
But this looks good.
Who doesn't like Winnie the Pooh?
Another thing I don't like is I don't like what's that stupid bear, British bear?
Paddington?
I don't like the bear, CG bears mixing with humans. But something about this trailer, probably it's because of Obi-Wan, not Ewan McGregor. I'm just like, he's a charming dude, and I kind of want to...
I love Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is just... Because I, as a kid, I had Winnie the Pooh, like, posters and stuff. And I watched the show a little bit on when it would air on TV sometimes. And then whenever they show up in Kingdom Hearts, I love Winnie the Pooh. So, I mean, and then the voice acting, it's either the same actors or it's, they sound just the same. And it's a movie that brings you back to your childhood about remember what's important in your life.
It reminded me of Hook. That's what it looked like.
Whatever.
Have you seen Hook?
No.
It's where Peter Pan, Robin Williams is all grown up.
Yeah, I know. I know what it's about.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like to me. So I'm game.
Yeah, I mean, every time I watch it, I just have a big smile on my face every time. So, and you know, a lot of Disney movies should do that. All right, moving on. We have the Jamie Foxx is set for Spawn. What do you think about this?
Okay. This is another franchise where I remember watching the Spawn movie in the 90s, and at the time when there was nothing else comic book related out, it was kind of cool. But I guarantee you if I was to go back and try and watch that now, it would be a lost...
I hear it's terrible. I've never watched it. Never going to.
It would be a Lost in Space kind of thing where I bet the special effects are truly atrocious, and it probably doesn't hold up well. But I never was like, we need another Spawn. But I'm fine. Jamie Foxx is good. We'll see how it goes.
Let's hope it goes better than his last comic book movie.
Electro.
Yeah, he was terrible in that.
Yeah, he was.
But I wouldn't even say that's really a lot of his fault. I think it's just what they had him to do. I don't know. I mean, I'm always interested in these more off-branded comic books movies, just because they don't have to follow the Marvel universe of DC. It's kind of cool to see these old independent characters. So I'm interested. We'll see. All right. Moving on to Sylvester Stallone Balboa production. It's on a film about Jack Johnson. What do you think about this?
I could care less.
Do we know what this is
about?
Idea
what you're even talking about.
All right. Well, Jack Johnson was a boxer in the 1800s, like the late 1800s, and then in the 1910s, 1920s. He was considered the greatest of his time, and basically I believe it was he owed money to the government, and he.
Go ahead.
Anyways.
What's the problem?
I'm sorry, I hear music. Anyways,
that's
it's fine. Yeah. So he basically goes on the run, and it's stayed away from the United States for years. And actually, Donald Trump gave the man a pardon. He's been long dead, but that's what really brought news to the story is that that Trump actually gave this guy a pardon, and his family was there, and the guy actually spent time in jail. It's an interesting story. It's a really cool biopic, and what's his name? James Earl Jones actually played him in a movie, probably in the 80s.
Yeah, I remember them talking a little bit about this on Movie Talk. Sounds like something I'll never watch.
You'll probably watch it.
Okay.
All right. Moving on, we have Power Rangers, Transformers, and G.I. Joe. It's a set, the Hasbro movie universe. What do you think about this?
Allspark Pictures or something's what they're calling it.
Whatever.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess they're going to wait and see how Bumblebee does before they make any significant. But they did just buy all the Power Ranger rights from Hasbro. I mean, from Saban.
Saban?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Saban.
Saban.
Nick Saban is the coach of Alabama. But, yeah. It'll be interesting if they can do something with this. The CEO of Hasbro said that they were very interested in making a new Power Rangers movie. I hope it's a sequel and not a reboot again. We can get those people back. Everybody acts like there's no way we can get those actors back. I'm like, what if we had a bunch of nobodies in that movie? And Elizabeth Banks is dead. Let's just bring the people back.
Is she dead?
Yeah, she's dead.
Okay, well, is she though? Here's the thing that could be interesting around it is you bring in Transformers. They're the alien characters into the world. I'm trying to build a universe right now. All right. So you bring in you start this universe out with a Transformers movie.
Okay.
And then you bring in a military contact who is a member of the G.I. Joe. Because the G.I. Joes it's basically the military.
Okay.
So, the Transformers often works side by side with the military. So you bring in a character from the G.I. Joe, and it doesn't even have to be a main character. This could be the Agent Coulson of the G.I. Joe universe. And then eventually, the same G.I. Joe would have contact with the Power Rangers, and then bam, we have our movie universe right there.
Well, they need to not go the dark universe route. They need to not really plan for any of this.
They need to go one movie at a time.
If they want to, they're going to reboot Transformers because that's their big moneymaker. And if they want to do a sequel to Power Rangers, there's no reason why we can't keep Power Rangers in the universe the way it is. And then, let's reboot G.I. Joe. And then if those movies do good, then start trying to tie them together. It's just a waste of time to start thinking about future movies that we may never get. A.K.A. the Dark Universe that is dead now after one movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but do you not like my idea?
Your idea sounds pretty cool. It sounds interesting. But
and I'm not saying you just have, like, my idea of it is you sprinkle in the characters like
at the end, kind of like an MCU.
Well, I'm not even saying the end. I'm saying throughout the whole movie, but they're not forced right down in the movie. Like, oh, we have another storyline going down right here.
Yeah.
The G.I. Joes have to fight Cobra.
We don't need 30 minutes of setting up another movie in the movie that we're in.
Well, the Transformers, they fight other Transformers. The G.I. Joe, they're going to be fighting Cobra. Is that it? And then the Power Rangers are fighting mystical aliens and other beings. And this necessarily doesn't. If they wanted to soft reboot the Power Rangers, we could see the Seal Rangers or the Power Rangers Turbo or Space. I mean, it doesn't have. And because they introduced the Seal Crystal in the Power Rangers movie, so if they wanted to just
and the Green Ranger.
And they could just jump right next to the next Power Rangers, which would be Power Ranger CO, if they wanted a fresh start, kind of. But not also have a completely fresh start.
Yeah.
So, okay, moving on. We have Peppermint trailer. What do you think about this?
I thought this was goofy, but yet I'll probably still watch it.
Yeah, that would you.
Jennifer Gardner as a
Liam
assassin. Yeah.
Who doesn't like revenge movies?
I mean, it's, yeah. We'll see. Just the idea of Jennifer Gardner is
I like Jennifer Gardner. Like, she was in that movie earlier this year, Love, Simon, and she was pretty good in it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. All right, I want to say I'm looking forward.
I was
to
about
it.
to say, wow, I didn't know you had such strong feelings about Peppermint.
No, it's more of I'll watch it if it's good, but it's coming out in September, so it could be terrible.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Wreck-It Ralph 2 trailer. What do you think about this?
I liked it. I'm interested to see more of the princess stuff, and then I hope it's just it's got some weird feels of like an Emoji Movie, which is scaring me a little bit. But I love the first movie. And
there's a difference between Sony and Disney.
That's true. And what is it? John C. Reilly and the chick who does Vanellope, I forget, Sarah Silverman or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had really good chemistry in that first movie, and I'm interested to see what their characters do in this one.
I've only seen Wreck-It Ralph once, and at times she was kind of annoying. I'll be honest with you.
Oh.
And then the whole point of the movie was just Wreck-It Ralph learning that he kind of needs to be the bad guy to be the.
Nothing wrong with
just because if you're being a bad guy doesn't mean you're not a bad guy.
Yeah.
And this one, you're bringing in internet, you're bringing in Disney princesses, you're bringing in Star Wars. Yeah. I mean, now this movie will take because Star Wars is in it, and
Marvel will probably be in there a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that they're bringing the whole Disney brand. I'm curious if we'll see Mario in there and some other games. Yeah. So, I'm interested in this. So, yeah.
Instead of going to the internet, I could think of some better ideas they could have did with this franchise.
No, I think internet's fine, to be honest with you.
It just seems Emoji Movie-like to me. But we'll see.
Alright, moving on. We have Silver and Black pulled from release.
I didn't even know what this was when they were talking about it, so once again, Who cares? This is Sony thinking 400 miles ahead of their one movie. Once again, let's wait till Venom bombs, because I'm calling it right now. That movie is going to take harder than any Sony movie ever made.
I don't know if it'll tank.
It's tanking. Calling it now. Write it down. It will not make its money back. I don't even know what the budget for that movie was. And then guess what? All these plans, the silvers and blacks and all this nonsense is going to be wiped away. And we're going to be like, you know what? Let's just focus on Spider-Man. And everybody's going to go, okay.
So I don't think it'll bomb. And, I mean, the movie could be terrible. The movie could be good, though.
Could be.
And
say that same thing for Jurassic World.
Huh? Fallen
Kingdom. The movie could be terrible.
I've liked the trailers better.
The movie could be good, though.
I've liked the trailers better for Venom than I've ever liked for Jurassic World.
Those are some of the worst trailers ever made.
What, Jurassic World?
No.
Absolutely.
No, those Venom trailers. They're
Jurassic World is the worst trailers I've ever seen in my life. The marketing just completely does not get me excited about it.
I'm not the only one.
And for me, it's got Tom Hardy in it. But we're not here to talk about Venom. We're here to talk about Silver and Black. And,
that's right.
And, I mean...
I was going to say, I thought we were talking about Venom. Oh, yeah, we're talking about
Silver and Black was supposed to be about... I forget... I know one of the characters was Black Cat, and... Yeah. It'd been interesting if they could have brought Felicity Jones back, because in Amazing Spider-Man 2... Harry Osborn's assistant is a Felicity Jones, who's supposed to eventually be supposed to be Black Cat. I mean, I would love to see, or she show up in a future Spider-Man movie as Black Cat. But my thinking around this is that they've seen Venom and they think it really sucks, so they pulled everything and they're just they're going the Fantastic Four route. So we'll see. All right, moving on. We have a Willy Wonka prequel with looking at Ryan Gosling, Ezra Miller, or Donald Glover. What do you think about this? Okay, first off, have you seen the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Original Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. I've seen the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I don't care about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh.
Also,
that first movie is just magic, man.
No, it's stupid.
It's a classic.
And also, why do we keep rebooting Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
I think this is not a reboot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a younger.
It's
Willy
a prequel.
Wonka. Yeah.
And the thing around this is this could go 3 different routes. Be honest with you, with the casting. Ezra Miller
sucks. I'm sorry, I do not like Ezra Miller.
Okay, well,
What's he good in?
I liked him in Justice League. I thought he made a good Flash.
Okay.
And I liked him in Fantastic Beasts.
No, he was horrible. He's almost ruined that movie.
He didn't ruin that movie.
I don't like Ezra Miller. He hasn't been in anything.
And then that one movie he was really good in, I've heard he's really good in, The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
I don't like that movie either. Next, who's our next choice?
And then Ryan Gosling.
Okay.
And then, or Donald Glover. And those are the two I'm more excited about.
Makes no sense to me. Willy Wonka's not black.
Who cares?
Okay, we're going to prequel to the original movie, but Willy Wonka's going to be a black guy.
Does it matter?
If we're going to stay in the timeline, it's a reboot. It's a reboot if we're casting Donald Glover.
I don't think it really matters because it's just a story, and okay. and I'm looking at this more as just a movie wise goes is. Here you go, if it's because the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was a musical. It had a lot of musical numbers in that movie. So both Ryan Gosling and Donald Glover are both talented musical wise. In different ways.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm kind of interested to see either one of these movies. So
I will see neither.
But I won't be surprised if they pick Ezra Miller just because Warner Brothers loves him.
I'll definitely not see it if they pick Ezra Miller. You know, the Donald Glover one would be worth it just because he's awesome. And,
he's all fucking
It would be weird, but just make it a reboot if you're going to do that. I mean, and have him do what you're saying. Have him do his Childish Gambino rap songs in the Willy Wonka world. That'd get me into it.
All right, moving on. We had the Lego Movie 2 trailer.
Yeah,
yay!
Me and you are kind of on the same page about Lego movies. We're just kind of...
It's overrated?
Yep.
The most overrated movie of 2000 and deserved not to get a nomination.
I didn't care that it didn't get a nomination. Everybody acts like that's the biggest nomination.
Now, last year, Boss Baby getting a nomination over Lego Batman movie. It's a crime. That's a crime against humanity. But
I mean, I like Chris Pratt as the main dude, the special. And then I think
like
Elizabeth Banks plays the
I like Will Arnett's Batman.
Yeah. I'll probably go see this, but this will literally be the last Lego movie if I'm, because they gradually, well, Batman one was okay, but that Ninjago one was so bad, and I'm kind of over the Lego movies.
Batman movie was great. I thought that movie was fucking awesome, and it was a great Batman movie in a time where DC is kind of falling off their horse, and it was also more of like a parody, kind of like what Deadpool is a parody to superhero movies. I love the hell out of the Lego Batman movie.
The Lego movies have this very bad habit of like a joke every second.
Yeah,
and so you get, you probably do get 50% awesome, funny stuff, but then you get 50% where you're just rolling your eyes. And the Ninjago movie was right on par with it. So I don't know. We'll see.
All right, moving on. This is one thing I was shocked that I loved. Oh, yeah. That was the Bumblebee trailer.
Oh yeah, Mr. Transformers hater himself.
Well, I mean,
the Transformers movie.
I love Transformers. I hate the movies, except for the first one I like, and then I hate that they kept trying to remake the first movie every time. This one, here's the things I liked about the movie. Is one, we're going back to the originals. We're going back to the 1980s. Mm-hmm. I love where you're bringing in some actually really good actors in there, like Haley Steinfeld, who, True Grit, Age of 17. I mean, she is so good in those movies, and it looks like she's so when you bring an actor of her caliber, and then you're actually bringing in a director who probably does care about the source material, or with the Transformers with Travis Knight, because Cuba and the Two Strings really got to the heartstrings for me with the character, and I mean I'm looking for the hell out of this movie.
It's got a kind of
a boy and his dog
kind of storyline. Yeah. And, I'm definitely up for it. Like I said earlier, I'm ready for someone new to take over Transformers, and let's see what's up. And I love Haley Steinfeld, too. It looks like John Cena could be maybe the villain in this. Mm-hmm. He's going to be some kind of army dude.
And it's cool to see John Cena, branch out from his comedy roles and not do blockers. All right, moving on. We have Mortal Engines trailer. What do you think about this?
Mortal Engines. That's the City Roman movie. There's so many trailers; they're all blended together. It looks a little YA to me. Like, I guess it will be okay. Maybe the Peter Jackson thing gives me a little hope, but we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't really like this trailer, and it's gonna be a movie where I'm just gonna have to either wait for the response about the movie. Because at first I thought Peter Jackson was directing the movie. I was like, oh, finally, he's getting back to directing. But now he just is, I guess he's...
Underling.
Yeah, I guess he's either worked on the story or stuff, but maybe a little bit. But it's just his partner who's been with him for a long time. And, one of his partners was Neil Blomkamp. He made District 9, so, I mean...
It'd be awesome. And didn't this come out, this one of the December
It comes out
movies?
December.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird, interesting movies this December in the Star Wars void.
Yeah. They were like, all Star Wars is not coming out. Movie.
We'll have lots of stuff to watch.
All right. Now the one you're really excited about. Oh, yeah. How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Hell yeah. I watched this trailer so many times. I went and scoured YouTube, watched trailer reactions to this trailer. And I usually don't do that for maybe Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So I am pumped. This will be my most anticipated movie next year. I love How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon 2 is my favorite animated movie of all time.
That's crazy.
And I just think the franchise is so good, and I just feel like from that trailer we're going to get an awesome close to this trilogy. And I've thought about the storyline way too much. I've gone and looked up the little children's books and found interviews with the author, and the director has stayed on for all 3 of these movies, and he's real good friends with the author who wrote the 13 children's books. And I love Hiccup and Toothless and the relationship, and I'm ready to see it end on a high note. The animation is amazing looking. Mm-hmm. The music by John Powell, fantastic. And
DreamWorks definitely does not deserve these movies.
It's true. I mean, and like Mark Riley on Collider always says, this is the only DreamWorks where they actually built a world. Like all the other DreamWorks movies, Kung Fu Panda, a lot of people forget about Kung Fu Panda, but I like them too. But most of the DreamWorks movies, they stick them in our world, and then we have pop culture references and stuff, and it's just not. It's not How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon feels like a Pixar movie.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't crazy about the trailer. I really liked the trailer, but I didn't like that they had I don't like when they add modern music into these You
didn't like the Ed Sheeran?
No. Why the hell is that in the trailer?
It is a little weird.
And then How to Train Your Dragon 2, whenever they're flying at the beginning of the movie, isn't there a modern song playing?
Probably. They do mix a few songs.
I don't really like that. I don't know. It's just I'm really.
You'd rather just have the John Powell.
Yeah, the John Powell theme's good enough, and this is supposed to be set in Viking times. So why are we having modern music in the movie?
I liked it. I would have cut out all the stuff having to do with the villain to make the trailer perfect. I will agree that it's not a perfect trailer, but my blindness love for the franchise.
And it's for me. This is too early to get excited for it. Because this is June.
Yeah.
We are 9 months away. Yeah, we are 9 months away from this movie. So
I would have made more of a teaser using the flashbacks they did in the first 10 seconds. I would have made more of a teaser with that.
And then show that, and then show the beard, and then How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
Yeah. So
we did get too much of the story. I feel like I didn't want that villain part in there. If you just take the villain scenes out, I feel like the trailer would have been better.
But we won't get another probably trailer for this until January.
Yeah. It'll be right before it comes out, yeah.
So, which is good, hopefully.
Surely.
But, here's another fear of the movie is third movies of the trilogy are never as good as the first or second one.
Except for Toy Story.
Yeah.
And,
and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That's it.
The other thing I'm a little scared of is Universal bought DreamWorks after How to Train Your Dragon 2. And, this third one, I feel like they've been done with it for a while. And Universal's been kind of holding it for some reason. So that worries me a little bit. But I think that trailer just was good enough for me to get excited and make it my most anticipated movie of next year.
Okay, well, thanks for your spoiler alerts for the top 10 anticipated movies of 2019. But you never know with Avengers, Star Wars, and all that. It's a packed year next year. All right, the next trailer we have to talk about is A Star Is Born.
I liked it.
I loved it.
I mean, I tell you what, when I was getting Tyler or my brother and sister to watch this movie, they didn't realize that was Lady Gaga until it pops up at the end and says Lady Gaga, and I was like, how did you guys not recognize her? But this is Bradley Cooper directorial debut. I think.
This is the second remake of the original movie because they had one come out in the 30s, they had another one in the 70s, and I'm just surprised. I mean, Bradley Cooper is singing in this movie.
Yes.
And the music's probably good. My only fear is this movie could be when I talk about this movie, this could be Oscar bait. Mm-hmm. That's because the trailer kind of looked like a little bit to me that could be Oscar bait. But I'm really looking the hell out of this movie because I've heard I don't watch American Horror Story, but I hear Lady Gaga was good in American Horror Story.
Yeah, I watched
so if she was good in that, then that shows that she could be good in a live action movie. So I'm actually looking forward to this, surprisingly enough. And I'm curious, and I love Bradley Cooper. I mean, I didn't like American Sniper that much, but I loved his performance. All right, moving on. We have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, this trailer was amazing too. Yeah, so many trailers.
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, this is being made by Sony Animation. I mean, who really the only thing they have are those Hotel Transylvania movies.
Yep.
And I the movie, I love the animation style, but it also felt like I was reading a comic book. But I also love it kind of had like this Batman Beyond kind of feel to it. So I don't know. I mean, and then also bringing Spider-Woman and Miles Morales learning from his mentor. From the other Spider-Man. I really loved the trailer.
Very true. I was blown away. It looked really funny. The animation, like you said, is so different. It's something that we've never seen before. And I was so impressed when that trailer came out. I was like, that went from I'll go see it because I like animation to holy crap, this could be one of the better movies of the year.
It's gonna be one of the best animation movies of the year.
So,
but it won't get nominated because
it's a
superhero
good year
movie.
for animation. Thank God, because last year was horrible.
All right, moving on. We have First Man trailer. What do you think about this?
Well, the trailer looked great too. I know you've been talking about this for a while.
This is my top 10 anticipated movies. I mean, it's Damien Chazelle who directed Whiplash and La La Land. I love both of those movies. This won't have jazz in it, but I mean,
he'll sneak it in there.
He'll probably sneak it in there somehow, maybe when they're flying or. But anyways, I mean, I love Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling. I mean, the crazy thing about it, Ryan Gosling's been in my favorite movies of the past 2 years with La La Land, last year Blade Runner 2049, and First Man could be my favorite movie of the year. I have really high expectations for this movie because I love these stories where it's about, you know, how far humanity can follow, manifest destiny, going to places we never thought we should. Why are we trying to go to the moon? Kennedy promises this, and also Claire Foy in it. I mean, it's got a great cast in there.
This is a year of Claire Foy too, with this, the Unsane, and
Spiderweb.
Oh yeah.
Which I forgot to write down.
Yeah. Well, it's cool looking.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Halloween. It's fine. The Halloween trailer. What do you think about this?
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't really care either. So let's move on to Dumbo.
I thought this looked all right.
Yeah. My main negative around this is I don't care anything Tim Burton does.
Me neither here lately. And so I was, like, of all the Disney remakes, I was like, I don't care about this one because I don't really like Dumbo very much either. And turned me from that to, I'd probably go see this opening night. It's pretty good on the trailer, I think. It looks like it's got a lot of heart. I like the cast, like Michael Keaton being in there.
It doesn't feel like a Tim Burton movie. The trailer.
I think maybe this will be his comeback.
And we'll see.
But who knows?
All right, our final news story is AT&T takes over Warner Brothers.
It's crazy. This opens up the gates for the soon-to-be bidding war for Fox, and AT&T's going to own Warner Brothers, and who knows what they're going to do with it. And it's not just Warner Brothers; they're going to own a whole bunch of other crap, but. A bunch of news, CNN, TBS, TNT. AT&T is going to own a lot of shit. So, we're cool.
Maybe they'll get their internet better around here.
Maybe. That'd be pretty nice. Cable company. AT&T is going to own a cable company. So, they'll have cable internet and DSL and wireless. This is going to be the next decade of the giant conglomerate.
Warner Brothers is one of my favorite companies with Harry Potter movies. I love DC movies, even though a lot of them haven't been great recently. I mean, Wonder Woman was awesome. And like I said, Dark Knight Trilogy, Man of Steel. I'm just hoping they can fix whatever the hell is wrong with the DC movies.
Me too. We're not going to talk about Wonder Woman 1984?
I guess I forgot to write that down.
Oh.
Wonder Woman's going to be set in 1984.
Yeah, I think it's going to be called Wonder Woman 1984.
I hope it's called. It'd be nice to be called Wonder Woman 84.
That might be it too.
I think that sounds better.
But it sounds pretty dang cool. And the one thing that's throwing me off is what's his name coming back?
Chris Pine.
Yeah.
It could be either.
I know you're about to throw out all these ways he could not be back, but
it could be. Well, in Spider-Man: Homecoming, one of Captain America's war buddies, the Asian guy, was the principal to Peter Parker's high school.
Okay.
And he was a great descendant of him, and it was played by the same guy.
Oh, God.
So, if they want to do that, he could be the...
son?
The brother of the... but, Chris Pine was... He flirted with every little woman in the movie.
Could be his twin brother.
And I think it's more of... She sees him, she just can't let him go. I think that's probably more what it is. All right, let's do a quick breakdown of E3 because we're kind of running out of time.
Yeah.
All right, so E3 2018. Was there anything you were blown away by? Go.
2 things. Last of Us Part 2 looks amazing, and every time I think Naughty Dog has just like pushed the limits visually and gameplay wise. I'm blown away. That gameplay looks so good. The way you interact with the environment is just amazing. I can't wait to play that game. Last of Us is one of the greatest games ever made. And then the new Sucker Punch game, which we probably won't get for a while, Ghosts of Tsushima or something like that. Looks really cool too. It's like
it does look cool.
A Red Dead with samurai and
Batman Arkham maybe a little bit.
Yeah. But those are my 2. What did you like?
Well, Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, did you ever watch the trailer?
No.
Oh, you're gonna have to do that.
Okay.
So, anyways, we have that looked awesome. Bringing in worlds from Frozen, Tangled, and cool. Pirates of the Caribbean. It looks awesome. I mean, I've been waiting for this game for 13 years.
That is crazy.
13 years.
That's incredible level of wait.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward. I'm looking the hell out of that game. I mean, it's been since PlayStation 2. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Spartan Assassin's Creed, okay. Fallout 76, I mean, the online Destiny kind of style Fallout, don't know if I really care for that. And I saw some of the Spyro gameplay today. It looks so damn good. I'm looking so forward to that.
I might try that out.
And guys, that ends episode 24
I was about to say 30.
34 of the Easy K Show. As always, you can follow us on our own social medias and our YouTube channels. So until next time, all too easy.
Peace out.